sampling and purposive sampling. The difference between convenience and the purposive sampling. I just explained this example right now. So are you convenient with this? What is the difference, the basic difference between convenience and the purpose in sampling? Both belong to the non-probability sampling. And in case of convenience sampling, we have to collect sample as per our convenience. And in case of purposive sampling, we have to collect sample as per the purpose. Okay. So here, this example I told you, that suppose you are asked to find the job satisfaction of the employees in the hotel industry. So in that case, you will go to the hotels near to your location and will collect the data from about the job satisfaction of the employees. So you won't go to the all the hotels in the entire city or all the hotels in the in the entire country. So you just go to those hotels nearby to your residence, because these are convenience, more convenience to you. That place is more convenient to you. So you directly go to those hotels nearby to your location and will collect data, right? So, in case of purposive sampling, if you are told to find the job satisfaction of the female married female employees, so you will go to those to the hotels nearby to your location and will ask the female who are married about the job satisfaction. Okay, you will directly target to the female employees and you won't take the male employees, right? So, whenever you collected sample by interviewing the female married employees to in the what in the hotels near to your location, that means you are much more means you are focusing on the purpose of the data analysis. So what is the purpose of data analysis? Is to collect the job satisfaction of the female married employees. So you are doing as per the purpose. Okay, so the method of collecting the samples as per the purpose, that is called purposive sampling. Okay, so you are much more focus on the merit sample employees. You are not collecting data randomly. You are not also selecting the male employees also. So that why it is the non-random way of selecting data. Okay. The basic difference between convenience and the purposive sampling. Okay. So any doubt at any point? Let me know. Everything is okay. Everything is fine. Okay. Okay. Fine. 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 Okay. See. Next is okay, so this was all about the sampling, the method of sampling and the types of sampling. That was probability, non-probability sampling, along with the categories and the examples. Okay, so my question is, as I told you that at the end of this slide, I will ask few questions. So you just understood what is sampling, what are the parameters that is used in sampling, how can you select the sampling, types of sampling, and various types of probability and non-probability sampling also. So anyone, can you just point out few things? What are the differences in probability and non-probability sampling? Few points. Anyone? Few points that will differentiate probability sampling and non-probability sampling. What you understood, I want to know. So anyone, can you just answer? Just write your points in short in the chat box. The difference between probability and non-probability sampling. Do not include the category of both these two as one of the point, right? Just mention what can be the difference between probability and non-probability sampling in brief. Just brief the points. Okay. Are you doing? One of the most important difference is that in case of probability sampling, there is no biasness because we randomly choose. We do not know which one will be selected, right? Yes, yes. In probability sampling, selection is done at random manner. Okay, some criteria has to be met. Yes, very good. One point. Another, any other points? Yeah, I told you right now. Okay, so one of the important point is there's the biasness. Okay, biasness is present in case of non-probability sampling. Okay, types can be whenever you will ask, you will write in your exam. Just include types as one of the difference between probability and non-probability sampling. Okay, types will be. Third one is the biasness, right? In case of biasness, if you consider the case of biasness, biasness is present in non-probability sampling, right? Because in non-probability sampling, we do not have to collect the samples or collect the individuals for sampling method randomly. Okay. In case of probability, we choose the samples at random, so we cannot say that which one will be selected, right? So as there is randomness in the probability sampling, there is no biasness. But as there is no randomness in the non-probability sampling, we have to select sample as per our convenience. So there is biasness. Okay, each member has known chance, has a known chance of yes, yes. Okay. In probability sampling, in the entire population, each of the data points have equal chance of being selected. Okay. We do not say that this will be selected, this will be not be selected because we do not know how whom to select. Okay. So we will choose the individuals for the sample randomly. So, okay. So tell me one point that in case of probability sampling and non-probability sampling, which will take much time? Okay, which sampling method will take much more time for selecting the samples? If you are given the population and I told just apply probability sampling to collect the samples, apply non-probability sampling to collect the samples. For you, which one will take much more time to collect the sample? Which one take time to collect the sample? Which method? Probability or non-probability?
Ma, repeat your question.
Okay. See, if you are given a population and you are told that you apply probability sampling on the population to select the sample and apply non probability sampling to collect the sample. For you, as a data analyst, which method of collecting sample will take much more time? Okay, others, please answer. Okay, other students, try to answer. See, just make me clear one thing that in case of probability sampling, you are selecting the sample. You will select the samples at random. You do not know which one will you have to select. Okay. In case of non-probability sampling, you will select as per your convenience. You know which one will have to be selected. Okay. So if I just provided you this kind of hint, then tell me which type of sampling will take much time. Yes. Yeah. Okay. This is probability sampling because in case of non-probability sampling, you are clear which one you have to select. So you will directly go and ask that person. For example, I told you that find the job satisfaction of female employees of the hotel. So you will go to the hotel and directly ask to the female employee. You do not consider the male employees there. Okay, but because you are very much clear whom you want to ask, right? So this is non-probability. So it won't take time. But in case of probability sampling, you have to collect a sample. You are not clear about the individuals whom you will consider as a sample. You are not clear. You will select the sample or you select the individuals for the sample randomly. So it will take time. Okay. Very good. Everyone has answered probability sampling, which will take much more time. Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. Tell me which kind of sampling, probability or non-probability sampling, will be difficult. Which kind of sampling will be difficult to collect the data or to collect the sample. So if you are the data analyst, you are told to apply both probability and non-probability sampling. Which one will be difficult for you? Which method of collecting sample will be difficult for a data analyst? Others? Yes. Yes, this is probability sampling because in case of non-probability sampling, you will be judgmental. This is purposive. You will collect data as per your convenience. So it won't be difficult because if I know these are the person who can answer my question, I will ask those persons only. So is it difficult for me? No. Okay, so if I do not know who will answer, I will keep on asking everyone, and it may happen that I will get the correct answer, it may not happen that I will get the correct answer. So if I will choose the probability method of data analysis, the probability sampling of collecting the data, it will be difficult for me. But if I will just consider the non probability sampling method, it will be much more convenient for me, or it will be easier for me to collect the samples, right? Yes. Okay. Very good. Very good, everyone. Okay. Okay. Next. See, next is the data analysis process. Okay, so we are done with the sampling method and the types of sampling. So next is the data analysis process, right? So what is the data analysis process here? So it is a process where we apply various mathematical and statistical approaches on the data to get a result or to find the conclusion or to make the decision. So this is called the data analysis process. Okay, that means we have to collect data, we have to clean the data. Then suppose we have huge data set, and in order to have a look into the data set, it takes time and it's a complex process. So what we will do, we will summarize the data, then we'll interpret the data to find the outcome. So these are the processes, or these are the steps that should be followed for the data analysis, right? So let's take the marker. Okay. Okay, this is the data analysis. So what are the processes here? First one is you have to collect the data, then you have to clean the data, then analyze the data using various software tools, then you have to summarize the data, then visualize the data for better interpretation or for the better understanding, right? So did you understand what is the data analysis process? I told you, I'm repeating again. So it is a process, it is the data analysis is the process where we have to apply on data the various mathematical and statistical approaches to get our conclusion, to make our decision, right? So first one is data collection. That the previous classes we have discussed that various sources of data collection. We can have primary source of data collection, we can have secondary source of data collection, right? So there are generally two types, two sources of data collection, that we collect the qualitative and quantitative data either from the primary source or from the secondary source. So primary source of data collection, as you know, that if we observe, if there is a case study, if there is a survey, if you are interviewing some persons, if you are doing experiments, so those are the primary source of data collection, right? So what can be the secondary source of data collection? If the data is present in books, magazines, databases, websites, etc., then those kind of data that is already collected by someone, that is called the secondary data, right? So first step of data analysis is we have to collect the data. So data collection may be from the primary source, may be from the secondary source. So we have to consider as per our need the qualitative data or the quantitative data. Okay, so the second step is data cleaning, right? So data cleaning means we have to clean the data after collection. That means whenever you collect the data from various sources, it may happen that the data contains some duplicate value, some errors, or some values that are incorrect. So if we consider those inconsistent values for our data, for getting the result, it may happen, it may affect our result badly. So before analyzing the data, we have to clean the data. We have to pre-process the data, and we will conclude the result from the processed data. That means after cleaning the data, the consistent data or the accurate data is to be considered for the data analysis purpose, right? So the third method of data analysis approach is the data analysis itself. Here it works. We apply different statistical techniques on the data and try to find the conclusion. That means we can have the correlation technique, we can have various softwares like Python, like Excel, like R programming, like Power BI, desktop. These various methods, various softwares can be applied to analyze the data. Okay, so these are the methods through which we can properly analyze, we can properly visualize, or we can get actual data that we need for our analysis purpose, right? So next method is data interpretation, right? So in case of data interpretation, we draw the conclusion. In this method or in this process, in this step, we draw the conclusion. We document the result. We generalize the finding. Okay, what is the meaning of generalizing the finding? Generalizing means we are applying our result in broad domain. Okay, so as you know, that we do our study or experiment on sample, not on the entire population. So after doing the study on sample, we apply the conclusion or we extend the conclusion on the entire population. So that is called generalizing our finding. So after data analysis purpose process, we interpret the data, we summarize the data, we find the actual data, then we extend our findings on the entire population, which we call the generalizing our finding. Okay. Next is called data visualization. So data visualization means it is the graphical representation of the finding. So whatever the analysis, whatever the summary we get, we graphically represent those findings. So we use various tools like various charts, graphs, and the tables to visualize the data. What is the need of data visualization? See that something is written in a paragraph and that thing is represented in a graph or in a chart. So which one will be easier for you to grasp the information? Obviously, the thing or the data that is represented graphically. Okay. So in for that purpose only, we just visualize the data in through various data visualization tools. For example, you can see this one. Suppose this is the table and it is written that the rent is given 7,000, grocery expense is 3,000, transport is 800. So these are the expenses and for this all. And this is the graphical, that means the tabular representation. So if we represent the same thing in pie chart also, you can see the expense for rent is 47%, the saving is 13%, school fee 13%, etc. And the same thing that we have represented here, the summary we have represented here and here, if the same thing we have given in a paragraph, of course we will get the data, but it will take time. Okay, and it may something happens if the data is much more complex, we may not interpret the actual finding. So if the data is written in a paragraph, in a qualitative data is there, and that data is present using the data visualization tools like graphs and charts, so it will be easier for us to get the data from that data visualization tools. So for this reason, we visualize the data. Okay. So these are the processes of data analysis. So check once if are clear about this. Am I clear about the data analysis process to everyone? Data collection, cleaning, analysis, and interpretation, again visualization. Am I clear to everyone about the data analysis process?
Yes, you are clear.
Okay. Next, see the important one. Another, let's check. This slide is over. Then next part is types of data analysis, right? So we just studied the what is data analysis, what are the processes of data analysis steps, and now we'll discuss the various types of data analysis. Okay, so listen this carefully because one more question is based upon the data analysis method. Okay, so you know what is data analysis? I just explained that using the various mathematical methods, using various procedures, we are analyzing the data to get the result. This is called data analysis. So what are the various types of data analysis we have? We can have, generally we can have, the broad categories: descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive data analysis. Okay, so there's a four broad category we can have. See, from this diagram, you just try to understand that I'm explaining again. What is this descriptive data analysis? Okay, so this is called, let me check another color. Okay, this is descriptive data analysis. So what is the meaning of this one? Descriptive means you are describing, so it focus on the what. Means this is when we say something, when we describe something, we say that this has happened. Okay, so we are much more focused on the past data, right? When you describe something, we can describe the current data also, but when we describe something, suppose in the Google sheet or in the Wikipedia there is the details of the COVID-19 cases, that means it can say, it can have the summary that what has happened, what are the, how many death cases are there, what, how many survival cases are there. Okay, so in before 15 days, what was the scenario of the COVID-19 cases. Okay, so that means we are describing the thing, we are saying what is happening or what has happened. So more specifically, we just focus on the past data, right? So next come to the diagnostic. So diagnostic says why. That means if it has happened, if it has happened, we saw that in descriptive analysis it says what has happened. So diagnostic will say if this has happened, why, what is the reason for which it has happened. So this is called diagnostic one. This says why this has happened. Okay, suppose, for example, suppose a student keeps on securing very good score in GATE exam. Okay, so we analyzed how he or she can crack every time. So you just searched why in the situation. This is called diagnostic. You are diagnosing the situation, that why it has happened. This is called diagnostic analysis. What has happened? This is the descriptive one. Why this has happened? This is called diagnostic data analysis. Okay. So see one more example. Suppose I told that how was my previous session. Okay, let I ask you how was my previous session. Then you told your previous session was this that. That means you described everything. That the audio was clear, that PPT was clear, everything was clear. We understood everything. So you just explained the thing, that what was my previous session. So it is the descriptive one. Okay, so then you told that you rated the session as 5. Let for example, you rated my previous session to 5 rating. Okay, then I asked why you rated my previous session to 5. Okay, that why is the diagnosis one. I am asking that you attended my previous class, you described all the things, and I told that why you rated my session to 5. That why is called the diagnostic analysis, right? Next come to predictive. Predictive means what? Predictive means you are predicting. That means you are understanding the future. Okay, you are predicting something. So how we can understand the future? If we analyze the current data, and most specifically, if you analyze the past data, you can predict the future. That means let we studied the last 5 years sales. Okay, we studied the last 5 years sales volume of a company, and we predicted that in next year the sales volume will be this much or this amount. This is what, this is our prediction. We predicted the data analysis from the past data. Okay, so this is the predictive analysis. Next, the important one is called perspective analysis. The perspective analysis means what are the recommendations. Means for example, I wish I become a doctor. Then what should I do to become a doctor? That means what are the recommendations by which I can become a doctor in future. So these are called perspective analysis. That means key. That means suppose I told that after analyzing the first 5 years sales volume, I told or I predicted that in next year it will be my sales volume. It will be the sales volume of a particular company. Then what other recommendation, what other features the company should include, so that it will have that much sales volume in the next year. So those recommendations, if we are analyzing those things, this is called perspective analysis. So here the descriptive analysis is related to past. You can see this diagram here. Descriptive analysis is much more related to past, because you are describing what has happened. Diagnostic analysis is also related to past, because you are just analyzing why that has happened. And in predictive analysis, you are analyzing that what will be in the future after analyzing the past. So this is related to future. And in perspective analysis, you are analyzing the recommendation to achieve that prediction. Okay, so these two are related to past, and these two are related to future, right? Next, see one more example of descriptive analysis. Okay, so as I told, descriptive analysis says what has happened. Okay, what has happened. So as I give the example that on Google page, if there is COVID-19 statistics, that is a pure summary of the death cases or the survival cases, or generally a summary or representation of what has happened. So this is called descriptive data analysis. From this diagram you can see you can see that this report gives information about the sales of ice cream in different regions in the year 2015 and 2016, and it also compares the sales in these 2 years, right? So this is a typical descriptive analysis which says what is happening in sales in the year 2015 and 2016. We can infer that except in region 2, you can see, except in region 2, all other regions have higher sales in 2016. You can see the red mark is for 2016 and the blue mark is for 2015. So you can infer that except in region 2, all other regions have higher sales in 2016 in comparison to 2015. So this is the level of information one can obtain from the descriptive analysis. So it is describing the sales of ice cream in different regions, and also it gives the inference that what happened in region 2 in if we compare 2015 and 2016 of sale of ice cream. Okay, so this is the descriptive analysis. It describes what has happened generally. Next, come to this diagnostic analysis. So as I told, diagnostic analysis focuses on why that has happened. So descriptive says that this has happened, and diagnostic analysis says why the things has happened. So why did happen? Okay. So this focuses on the why part. Okay. From this example, you can say why this is happening is the part of diagnostic analysis. So from this example, you can see this is the typical report for market share of region 2. So we are just analyzing the market value of 2015 and 2016 of region 2. So these are the ice cream brands X, Y, Z. So from this, you can infer that for all brands X, Y, Z, the market share is going down. You can see the market share is going down. And if you analyze why the market share is going down in 2015 and 2016, and you can see that it is because one new ice cream brand, one new local ice cream brand has come to the market. As for that, the various brands, the previously existed brands in the market X and X, Y, and Z are just going down in their sales value or market value. So you can get the answer why this has happened, right? Okay. Predictive, that I told what is the predictive analysis, and the prescriptive analysis also. The prescriptive analysis said the best course of action. That means if I want, I discussed the or I analyzed the last 5 year study, and I just predicted that in the next year my sales volume will be this much. Then what are the other things I can do to achieve my prediction? Shall I give 5% discount for 2 months so that I can achieve this amount of prediction, the volume that I predicted in the next year? So this is called predictive analysis. What are the recommendations that will help to get the predictive analysis, right? So this was these all were the various types of data analysis. Okay. Okay. Any doubt? Everyone clear? Let me see. Let me just show again this. Try to understand from the diagram the entire things. Okay, from this diagram. Types of data analysis. If you have any doubt, please ask. Descriptive says what has happened. Diagnostic says why that has happened. Predictive says if that happened, what will be in the future. That is the predictive one. And prescriptive perspective says that if I want to have this in future, what are the things or what are the features that should be considered to achieve that one? Okay, so what are the recommendations? What are the features to achieve the predictive analysis? Is called perspective one. The basic difference between all these four. Am I clear to everyone? Please let me know that you are getting all the point that I explained about the data analysis types, so that I can proceed further. Are you clear? Let me show you the slide again. This is the basic summary of all the four types of analysis that we have, data analysis we have. So first of all, we studied what is data analysis, what are the various steps of data analysis, and these are the types of data analysis. Here it is written, history helps in prediction, right? History helps in prediction. That means if we are analyzing the last 3 years of data of a company, we can predict, we can just say, we can analyze that if these rate were in the past, then in future, this may be the data or this may be the result. Okay, right. Okay, I think everyone is clear. So if you are clear about the types of data analysis, then just one questions for you all. Try to read carefully the paragraph and tell me which part shows which kind of data analysis, right? So let me show you that. Okay, see, this is the question. I think this is visible to everyone. See, the question is apply various types of data analysis methods to below mentioned paragraph. This is a paragraph given, and you have to just apply the data analysis method. That means you have to say which part indicate which kind of data analysis. Okay, we told that we have four types of data analysis in broad. So all the data analysis are applicable to which lines in the paragraph you have to say. Yeah, just read this carefully and say which part is for predictive data analysis, which one is for descriptive data analysis, which one is for diagnostic, and which one is for perspective data analysis. Okay, so just read the paragraph carefully and answer. Make it quickly. What is written? I analyzed last 5 years sales volume of my organization. I saw sell is going down year by year. I tried to find out the shortcomings in business methods. I took suggestions from entrepreneurs and I thought, what will be if I apply discount on items? The sale may increase. Then I decided to apply 5% discount for 2 months. The which part is predictive, which part is diagnostic, and the other analysis also. Write your answers in the chat box, please. Let this is one. Okay, let me numbering. Number the word. This is one, line one. This is line two, and this is line three. This is line four, and this is five. So, which of the lines belong to which kind of data analysis? Just mention the line numbers and write which kind of data analysis these are. Line number one, line number two, three, four, and five. Total five lines are there. Which of the lines belong to which kind of data analysis? Just mention the types of data analysis and the lines. So descriptive analysis says what has happened or what is happening. So most precisely, it focuses on the past data. Okay. So
Line
here,
2.
okay,
Line 2.
diagnostic. Okay, you are writing.
Line 2 is
Line number
descriptive.
one is descriptive. Just write your answers in the chat box so that I can know.
Line 2 descriptive.
Line line two descriptive. Okay. Let me show again.
Then
Line three is I try to find out the shortcomings in business method. I
is
took suggestions from entrepreneurs.
diagnostic. Is it diagnostic?
Okay. Everyone, please try to answer. It's a very good question, right?
Yes, line 3 diagnostic.
Okay. Okay. Diagnostic says why that has happened. That is the why
Yes.
person. Okay. Then line number four, I took suggestions from entrepreneurs and I thought what will be if I apply discount on items. The sale may increase.
That is prescriptive.
Prescriptive. Others, line
Prescriptive,
four is
trying to
descriptive.
provide so.
Uh, line four is not descriptive. And as you have written, right, line four is descriptive, not descriptive. You read the lines carefully. I took suggestions from entrepreneurs and I thought what will be if I apply discount on items. The sale may increase. Line 4 is predictive analysis, right? Line 4 is predictive. Predictive means we are predicting what may happen in future. So here it is written that I took suggestions from entrepreneurs and I thought what will be if I apply discount on item, the sale may increase. I am predicting that sale may increase if I apply discount on items. This is called predictive analysis. Clear? Line 4 is not descriptive, it is predictive. Okay, Muhammad, you have written correctly. Line 4 is predictive. Okay. Yes. Line 5 is prescriptive. Prescriptive says what are the features, what are the recommendations that is needed to get the predictive analysis. That means if in this paragraph, if I want to increase my sales in future, what are the recommendations, what are the features? If I apply 5% discount for 2 months, it may increase our sales. Okay. So in line 4, I was thinking to apply discount on items to increase my sales volume. So that was my prediction that I thought if I apply discount on on the items, my sale may increase. That was my prediction. So what are the recommendations? What are the features I should include to increase my sales in future? If I apply 5% discount, it will increase my sales volume. So line 5 is the prescriptive one. Okay. Everyone answered. So all of you are clear about the types of data analysis, much more clear. Very good, everyone. Okay. Next, see. Next, see few misconceptions in data science, right? So there are few misconceptions that may affect the result of the data analysis that we generally do in the data science, right? So what are the misconceptions? It says that the correlation implies the causation. Okay, so actually correlation does not imply the causation. See, what is the meaning of correlation? You can see here. Correlation means how the things are related with each other, how the variables are related with each other. Here, variable means what? Suppose we are doing some analysis, right? Suppose we are doing some analysis, data analysis there. So, for the analysis purpose, for the experiment purpose, we need input. And basing upon the input, we get output. So whatever is required and what are the outcomes of the experiment is called are called variables. So here in our experiment, in our data analysis, we analyze the data, we take the input, and we got the decision, or we find the result. So the both input and output part is called are called variables, right? So in case of correlation, we have to see how the variables are related with each other. So the degree of association of the variables both are needed for an experiment or for an data analysis is called correlation. So correlation simply means the association between the variables those are actually needed for the analysis purpose or the for experimentation purpose. So correlation generally is of three types, that is positive correlation, negative correlation, and no correlation. See, positive correlation means the variables, the both the variable, the input and output. Let, for example, I am taking the input and output things or the variables are related with each other. If one increases, another increases. If one decreases, another variable also decreases. That is called positively correlated. Those are positively correlated variables are related with each other. And negatively correlated variables means the variables are related with each other, but decreases simultaneously. So as these two variables are related with each other in same direction, that means these will go in the same direction. So this is called the relation or the correlation between the experience and salary is called positive correlation, right? What about the negative correlation? Negative correlation increases, another decreases. If one decreases, the variables go in opposite direction. If they go in the same direction, that is called positively correlated. If the variables go in opposite direction, this is called negatively correlated. For example, if we go height in the sea level, the temperature decreases. Okay, so you are going high at the sea level and the temperature decreases. So both are oppositely related with each other. So the correlation between them is negative correlation, right? And what about the this zero correlation? Zero correlation means the variables are not related with each other. There is no relationship or association between two variables. That means, for example, if you drink if you drink tea, it won't increase or it won't decrease your intelligence level. So drinking tea and the level of intelligence have no relation with each other. So that is called zero relation. So you can see from the diagram, this is the positive correlation. That means if let it is x and it is y. So if x variable increases, y also increases. Here, if x increases, y decreases. That means this is the negative correlation. And here in this case, the variable doesn't have any relationship with each other. So this is called no correlation, right? So this is all about the correlation. Then what about causation? Causation means the cause and effect relationship between two variables. That means if you say that two variables are related with each other, it doesn't mean that one causes another. So that's why we say correlation is not causation. You can see from this example. See here, this is the hot summer weather and this is the sales of ice cream and this is the rashes in the skin. Okay, so if we can say that the number of ice cream sale and heat rashes are significantly correlated in summer. In summer, ice cream sale increases and heat rashes also occur. Here, the increase in the sales volume of ice cream and heat rashes are significantly correlated in summer. However, it does not mean that buying ice cream causes heat rashes. Okay, we cannot say that. The reason can be something else, that is the hot summer weather. The hot summer weather forces people to buy ice creams, and it can also increase the chance of heat rashes. But we cannot say that ice cream purchase and heat rashes are related with or are the cause of one another. Okay, so this is causing this one heat, that heat summer hot summer increases the cells of ice cream volume, and it also causes the heat rashes. And these ice cells in ice cream volume and these heat rashes may be related with each other. It doesn't say that increase in cells volume of the ice cream increases the heat rashes. That means here, if the variables are correlated with each other, we cannot say that one variable causes another variable, right? So this is one of the misconception in data science. Any doubt? Are you all clear about? Am I clear to everyone?
Yes, it's clear, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much to everyone for attending the session with patience, with such a patience. Okay. So in today's class, I am clear at every point to everyone. I think so. Am I right?
Absolute, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So thank you everyone. Thanks for attending the session with patience. I think I should end the session now. So let's end the session. Again, thank you so much.
Okay, ma. Have a nice day.